Welcome to our Big 12 conference preview. This is our third conference preview of the 11 that we are going to do. Already out is the ACC and the Big 10. I hope you've watched those, and welcome. If you've watched those, you'll know what's going on here. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy this video. Our website is www.linspreads2012.yolosite.com. Make sure to email us with any comments or suggestions or questions that you might have. Our email is linspreads@gmail.com. So enjoy this video. We're starting off our team previews with the Baylor Bears. Robert Griffin III, Baylor's first Heisman winner in the school's history. He led them to a 10-3 record last year, and he helped them sport one of the best offenses in the country. Now, on the flip side, Baylor's defense was horrendous. The least amount of points allowed in a game last season was 24. They also gave up as many as 59, 56, and 55 points in a game. Now, while the 2012 offense will be good, you can't replace RG3. But the defense should be improved, which will be key in their goals towards a third straight bowl game. Iowa State burst on the national scene last year when, on national TV, they upset then undefeated Oklahoma State. However, the success continued that season as the Cyclones made it to a bowl game. Head coach Paul Rhoads shows just how gritty of a team he coaches. Just ask Iowa, for example. Meanwhile, this season, linebacker A.J. Klein, who earned second-team All-American honors last year, may even best that. He is paired with fellow linebacker Jake Knott, and the two make a ferocious duo. Overall, it will be a struggle for the Cyclones to reach a back-to-back bowl game, and they may need a similar upset to last year to pull it off. Kansas should be the most improved team in the Big 12 this year. After a 2-10 effort last year, new coach Charlie Weis steps in along with the quarterback that he coached at Notre Dame in Dane Christ. Dane Christ was named a captain for Kansas this season. The two immediately bring help to Kansas. Their non-conference schedule also benefits them. They have a good shot at winning every game of their non-conference schedule, which means that they should top their total wins from last year in the month of September. As far as their conference schedule goes, they should find a way to win at least one of their games in the conference after an 0-9 conference record last year. Kansas State surprised a lot of people last year. They definitely overachieved in a lot of people's eyes, and they finished with double-digit wins. Bill Snyder took over the Wildcats once again in 2009 and has brought the program back. After the 2008 squad missed a bowl for the second year in a row, going 5-7, Snyder has since then had seasons of 6-6, 7-6, and then finally 10-3. What will this year hold? Quarterback Colin Klein comes in as a senior, having posted over 3,000 yards in total yards last year and 40 touchdowns. However, with the strength of the Big 12 increasing, the Wildcats may have a hard time duplicating their double-digit wins from last year. Despite the 2012 version being better, again, I see not as many wins this year as last year for the Wildcats. Linspreads has Oklahoma Sooners as number 4 in their preseason top 25. A big part of this is quarterback Landry Jones, who turned down the NFL for a chance at a national championship with the Sooners this year. Because in the end, this is their goal. Jones should have quite a bit of help. They returned 15 starters from last season and have a manageable schedule. However, Sooner fans won't be happy with just a national championship appearance or even just a BCS appearance. They want to win. Oklahoma has disappointed in big games. They did, however, win a BCS bowl game in 2010, but this was against a barely ranked UConn team. Either way, the outlook looks good. but OU wants championship. Oklahoma State was one game away last year from the national championship, and I don't think I have to remind Cowboy fans which game it was. They lose quarterback Brandon Weeden and wide receiver Justin Blackmon. They do return running back Joseph Randle, and they do sport one of the best secondaries in America. Their non-conference schedule is very easy for the Cowboys. They play against Savannah State, at Arizona, and home against Louisiana Lafayette. While the offensive drop-off will be there, Oklahoma State is a team that once again may go unnoticed, and at the end of the year may very well have double-digit wins this season. TCU begins a new era. After joining the Mountain West Conference in 2005, they never missed a bowl game, and their bowl streak currently stretches 7 years. They finished in the top 25 the last 4 years. However, the Big 12 offers new challenges. The Horned Frogs take trips to Oklahoma State, West Virginia, and Texas. Meanwhile, quarterback Casey Pawhall threw for just under 3,000 yards last year, also throwing 25 touchdowns. Last year, he was named to the second-team Mountain West team, and that was just behind quarterback Kellen Moore of Boise State. While TCU has had 4 years in a row of 11 or more wins, it may be hard to duplicate this with the new transitions that they are making this year. While Kansas will be much improved this season, Texas will give them competition to see who in the Big 12 is really the most improved team this year. While the quarterback issue is still there for the Longhorns, it looks like David Ash will get the job over Case McCoy. To help either of those quarterbacks is wide receiver Jackson Shipley. I almost said Jordan. That's because he's the little brother of NFL wide receiver Jordan Shipley, also formerly of Texas. Also on the offensive side of the ball is running back Malcolm Brown. Just a sophomore last year as a freshman, he put up 700 yards of rushing last season, leading the Longhorns. On the defensive side of the ball, first-team All-American Alex Okafor returns for the Longhorns. And while there's plenty of talent for Texas, all they have to do is pull it all together and form some victories out of it. Texas Tech, led by senior quarterback Seth Doge, has one of the most potent offenses in the Big 12. And you could also put them in that conversation just in general, not necessarily within the Big 12, just overall. Doge threw for over 4,000 yards last year and led the nation in completions per game last year. Despite all this, the Red Raiders only finished 5-7, and third-year head coach Tommy Tuberville would like to see this turn around. With his offense, it shouldn't be too difficult. Meanwhile, the defense, who last year was less than stellar, shows signs of improvement. Lastly, Texas Tech gets the benefit of a ridiculously easy non-conference schedule where the toughest opponent is New Mexico. How can this be? That's because they play Northwestern State and Texas State in their other two non-conference games. Texas Tech should be able to improve their overall record, but not only this, but they should be able to win more than just 2 games in the Big 12. Dana Holgerson's first season with West Virginia was a success. The Mountaineers sported double-digit wins, and they also steamrolled Clemson for an Orange Bowl victory. This year, quarterback Geno Smith is a legitimate Heisman contender, and along with wide receiver Tavon Austin, who returns this year, the two make a dangerous duo. When it's all said and done, Smith will be the all-time leading passer in West Virginia history. Meanwhile, we'll see how the transition goes for West Virginia to the Big 12. Last year, the Mountaineers faced just 2 teams in the top 25, one of those a non-conference opponent LSU. This season, the Mountaineers face 3 teams in Lynn Spread's preseason top 25, and also TCU, which is in the top 30. And by the time that they meet on November 3rd, TCU will most likely be ranked in the top 25. Overall, West Virginia should compete for a Big 12 title. Thanks for watching the Big 12 conference preview, and we are going to send you along with your slideshow and your first Part of your slideshow is the key games.